So here we go. I'm back at it again, folks. I thought one video would be enough, but I guess not, okay? We just got the news that Le'Veon Bell has been released. Yes, that's right, released, cut from the New York Jets. And I had made a video before this news came out on whether or not the Bears should trade for Le'Veon Bell because the Jets were looking to trade him. And the Jets apparently didn't find any takers, and now they just outright cut him, okay? So I'm here to give you guys the breaking news and discuss if the Bears should now sign Le'Veon Bell because he won't cost us a thing. Well, he will cost us money, but he won't cost us any capital. We don't have to give up any picks or any compensation. We don't have to trade for him anymore. We can just sign him outright. So is it worth it to sign Le'Veon Bell? I'm going to discuss that right now. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Now, back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears. And if you are a Bears fan, folks, and you're not subscribed to the channel, I am telling you, you are missing out. I'm trying to build the biggest and the best Bears community on YouTube, folks, like nothing before, all right? And I've got a lot of things planned for you guys, and I'm going to share some of that right now. But before I do, please make sure to go ahead and subscribe if you have not done so. Turn on the post notifications so you're notified when I drop videos like I do today, like I've been dropping videos all day today. And make sure you follow me on my social media links down below for my Twitter, my Instagram, all that good stuff, folks. So I mentioned I've got some things planned. I was actually going to wait to announce this, but you know what? I want to just give it to you guys early, and I'll also make a separate video about it. But guys, I've partnered with this company, FlickChat, okay? FlickChat is this company where they created an app, okay? It is from the creators of FanDuel, which obviously, if you guys don't know FanDuel, it's one of the biggest DFS platforms out there, fantasy platforms out there. They created this new app called FlickChat where you're able to create a community, right? So I create the fan page and you guys all go ahead and join it. And instead of, a Facebook fan page or Discord, this is for us, all right? We can ask questions. I can do polls on there. I can literally directly talk to you guys. So if you guys want to just talk to me, especially during the games, this is going to be the place to be. I'll still be tweeting during the game, so you guys want to make sure you're following me on my social media and my Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. But this is now the place to be, all right? So go ahead, download the app. No cost to you at all. Nothing is, costing you here. It's all free. Download the app, FlickChat, okay, from the App Store or whatever, store you have. And once you download it, search for Chicago Bears fan page, right? Simple enough, Chicago Bears fan page. You guys should find me on there. Go ahead and join, and that is the place to be, folks. And I'm telling you right now, I've got a lot of things planned, giveaways and more. So make sure you go ahead and you join my FlickChat. I will post a link in the description. It is Chicago Bears fan page on FlickChat, okay? Make sure you go ahead and join. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way and you guys are signed up on my FlickChat and you guys are signed up on my fan page for the Bears, let's talk about this Le'Veon Bell news, all right? So my whole proposition, if you will, whatever you want to call it, towards Le'Veon Bell and whether or not the Bears should trade for him was a big fat no. I said, no, I am not giving up any assets for an old, injury-prone running back. All right? Now, Le'Veon Bell's only 28, but again, we're talking about in running back years, that is relatively old. So that was my stance. There was no budging around it. I said, no, I don't want Le'Veon Bell if we have to trade for him. But now that he's essentially going to be free, and free in the aspect of, again, we don't have to trade for him, we don't have to give up any assets or any capital, now I'm intrigued. Now I am intrigued. And now I'm much more open to signing Le'Veon Bell. All right? So ultimately, do I believe the Bears should sign him? And a couple of things come to mind. Number one, gauge his interest. Is he interested? Is Le'Veon Bell even interested in coming to the Bears? Because if he is not, I don't want him. Because Le'Veon Bell is the type of guy where, again, nobody is really talking to these athletes, so we don't know them personally. And I'm not acting like I know Le'Veon Bell personally, but from what I've seen, Le'Veon Bell is the type of guy who needs to be locked in for him to be able to be at his best. And obviously, he was a mess with the Jets, and I believe The Jets didn't just cut him and surprise him. I believe he wanted out. So LeVeon Bell is only going to be a good fit if he is locked in and he wants to be here. So number one is, does he even want to be a Bear? All right. If he does, great. Let's move on to number two, which is, does he fit the culture here? All right. And this is what I meant by point one, which is LeVeon Bell. I want LeVeon Bell to buy in fully with what the Bears are doing. And when I say culture, I mean this. If LeVeon Bell wants to come in here and just expect to be the number one running back, that's going to be a no. All right? He's not going to be the number one running back. Heck, he's going to be in a timeshare, but more likely he'll get less carries than David Montgomery. All right? He's not going to just come in here and it's a 50-50 split with David Montgomery. And Le'Veon Bell shouldn't expect that. And that's why I say culture. If he's coming in to be a team player, it doesn't matter how many carries he gets every game because it could fluctuate. We know how much Matt Nagy hates running the football. So Le'Veon Bell can't complain. He can't cry. He can't just, throw a fit if he's not getting the carries. And that's what's important here is if he's fully bought in and he wants to buy into the Bears culture, which is team player, then okay, I'm sold. And now finally, number three, again, it's going to be a one-year deal. No one's going to sign Le'Veon Bell to a long-term deal, and we don't have to pay him anything from his Jets contract if he goes unclaimed on the waiver wire, which I believe he will. And then at that point, it's a one-year deal. And if you guys have followed my channel for a while, you guys know my stance on one-year deals. They are the best because it is low risk, high reward potential, right? One-year deal, if it doesn't work out, cut him. So to me, yes, I have flipped my position and saying I am okay with signing Le'Veon Bell. Now, there's a caveat, all right? Pay attention here. Le'Veon Bell, I believe, is not going to be ultimately recruited or signed by the Bears because of the fact that I believe the Bears don't feel like they need him. So even though I believe that it would not be a bad idea to sign Le'Veon Bell, the front office, management, Ryan Pace, and of course Matt Nagy, who are going to both have inputs on this, will ultimately look at the situation, and I don't believe they will make this move because of the simple fact that the Bears are 4-1. Honestly, because if you are 4-1, you're winning, you have a good record, things are going great, and I'm not saying things are perfect here, but again, we're 4-1, not much to complain, right? Then at that point, you're not desperate for somebody. So if the Bears were 1-4 or, 0-5 or whatever, and now we need a spark, we need something, then yeah, I would say that the Bears are going to look into it. But I honestly don't think they will because of the fact that we're 4-1. We're not struggling, if you will, record-wise. We are struggling in the run game because of obviously our run game hasn't been working, but I expect that to change this week against the Carolina Panthers. I believe David Montgomery's going to have a big game. And so we also just signed Lamar Miller. I believe he's going to be elevated from the practice squad. We know we have Matt Nagy's favorite weapon, the Swiss Army knife, and Cordell Patterson. And of course, you've got Ryan Nall there for depth. So the Bears are going to look at the situation and say, hey, we have enough pieces. We just signed Lamar Miller. We don't really need Le'Veon Bell, and we're 4-1. So the ultimate point here is, even though I'm okay with signing Le'Veon Bell, I don't see it happening. I'll be honest with you guys. I just don't see it happening for the reasons I just listed. We're 4-1. We signed Lamar Miller. Le'Veon Bell could come in, could complain about carries if he's not getting any, and he could want a number one running back role. So all of those things combined, I believe ultimately the Bears are not going to sign him. That's just the hard truth, folks. You guys come to my channel for the raw, straight analysis, and that's where I'm providing you guys. And saying that I don't believe the Bears will sign Le'Veon Bell. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. And if I am, I'll come on here and talk about it. But as of right now, even though I believe it would not be a bad move, pending all those things I said, which is being a team player, buy-in, gauge his interest, pending all those things happening, I don't believe the Bears will sign Le'Veon Bell. And again, that's just how I'm feeling right now for all of those things I listed below. So again, folks, not the end of the world. It's okay. All right. We don't need Le'Veon Bell. Running backs are very replaceable. Remember I told you, running backs are replaceable. So that's how I feel about Le'Veon Bell and the potential of the Bears signing him. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below. Let's talk about it in Flick Chat, right? Download the app. But let me know. As always, thanks for watching.